Hello and welcome to how to create or set up a YouTube channel for the most recent update that YouTube did. Recently YouTube and Google decided that they wanted to make more people use Google Plus because nobody's using Google Plus because frankly in my opinion Google Plus is not really a worthwhile tool to use. But in their infinite wisdom, Google has decided to force Google Plus accounts on more users, so they have decided that this is mandatory. So this is the way that you set up an account in the most recent November 2013 version of YouTube, because as we all know, it's going to change in 6 months, so I'll be doing another one of these in 6 months. So here we are at YouTube. And up in the top right corner, there's the sign in button. If you don't already have a Gmail account or a Google Plus account, then this is the method used to get a YouTube account. You'll have to go through some slightly different steps in your own trials and tribulations when trying to create a YouTube account. I won't cover that in this video though. Let's just assume though that you are not logged into anything and you are just ready to begin the YouTube and Google experience. So what we're going to do is click sign in. Even though you don't have an account yet, you click sign in, and on this next page it asks you to sign in, obviously, but below that it says create an account, and this is going to create a Google Plus account for you, which gives you access to a YouTube account, and so that's what we need to do. So we're going to click on create an account. And here you'll fill in the boxes just like you would if you're signing up for anything. I'm going to give it some fake information. And at this point, it asks for your current email address. You can give it your current email address if you want, but I am actually going to create a new Gmail account. So I'm going to click on I would like a new Gmail address, which is this button right there. And so it's very similar. It's choose a Google username at gmail.com. So I'm going to just make up something. This is not so important for your business or otherwise, but you may want to pick something that sounds slightly professional. So if my Bob Wood character happens to be if he happens to be a plastics manufacturer, I'll go ahead and say plasticsaustin@gmail.com. Let's see if they can get that. Okay, so I will have plasticsaustin@gmail.com after this. Now you need to create a password. On the left here, it shows your password strength. It has to be at least 8 characters, and you can't do something very obvious. Now I'm going to do something that is pretty obvious to me, actually. Let me go this way. Now, that's a lot of characters. I'm never going to remember that. So you should really pick something that you're going to remember, but it's not a simple word. And then ask you to retype it, so I went ahead and did that. Birthday, you want to put in your actual birthday so that you can remember it. Sometimes it'll ask you your birthday for account validation purposes. I make it pretty simple on this demo. Next, it needs to know your gender. This is, I don't really know why they need to know this information, but I'm just going to choose male. I'm going to leave the mobile phone blank because I don't really want them to know my number, even though the next step on the next page, I will give them a phone number. And then it also needs to know your current email address. These are both for account validation purposes, but I don't really need them to know this. You may want to put the information in. That's entirely up to you, though. I don't want to set Google as my default homepage, so I'm going to uncheck that. And then this box says, prove you're not a robot. If you check this box, you will have to do phone verification. I'm going to go ahead and type what's in here. And you can see in this tiny picture box, it has a number 157. So you need that, and then you need a space followed by this string of numbers. And there you go. Location, United States. You change that to be appropriate for your own location, and check this box to agree to Google's terms of service. And so then we click the next step. Now here's what I was talking about. It does ask to verify your account, and this is actually pretty important if you want to be in a situation where you can upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes. because they will not let you do that unless you have verified your account. So to do this, I'm going to actually have Google send me a text message. You can also receive a voice call where a robot will call you and tell you a string of numbers. But I'm going to go with text message, and I'm going to receive a text message. There it is. And I'm going to type the super secret verification number. And then click continue. So here we have our Google Plus picture adding step. I don't really care to add a photo of myself right now because this is just a fake account I'm creating to demonstrate how this process works. But if you wanted to add a picture to your own profile, which will be good for your purposes to identify yourself to new people who may be visiting your YouTube channel, you would want to click on Add Photo and just follow the steps of uploading a photo the same way you would do. It's very similar to attaching a picture to email. But so in my case, I'm going to click on just next step. Here we're looking at my Google Plus information, and I'm going to click on back to YouTube. So then this takes me back to YouTube. Now you can see I've got my name, Bob Wood, up there, and I'm almost done. You would think actually that I would be completely done at this point, but we're not quite. So first I want to click on YouTube settings. And then I want to click create a channel. See, it says name plasticsaustin@gmail.com, so I'm going to click create a channel. By default, YouTube and Google want you to be representing yourself. They want individual users. They want to know who everybody is. We don't want that. We want them to recognize us as a business. So down here it says to use a business or other name, click here. However, if you are happy with using your own name, you can go ahead and click OK at this point. But I'm gonna show you how to do it as a business or other name. So you clicked on that link, and then here's where you name your channel. So in this case, I'm going to say my company name. So if my company name is Plastics of Austin, then I'll put that in there. Select the category. This is a company, brand or product, company or institution, arts, entertainment, or other. In this case, I'm going to be a company or institution or organization. And you want to make your content widely available. So the default here is any Google Plus user can view your content. You can also have age restrictions, or if you have alcohol related, if you represent a beer company or whatever, you would want to probably choose this just for legal purposes. But we're going to go ahead and go with any Google Plus user can learn about Plastics of Austin. And at the last here you say I agree to page terms, and then click done. Now it seems like they need to verify my account again, so I will go ahead and let them do that. It seems that I've actually tried this a couple too many times. Hello?
Thank you for using our phone verification system. Your code is 2026722. Once again.
Okay, so sorry about that. What happened there is Google determined that I have used my own phone number to register too many accounts, and as a person who regularly registers fake accounts in the purposes of demonstrating how to do this stuff, I have actually registered too many accounts with my own phone number. So don't do that. But I was able to go ahead and have them call me, and then I typed in the number that they spoke to me over the phone. One last step, you're mostly done at this point, but one last step is you want to click on your picture here, which in my case, since I did not upload a picture, is this picture of a square. You click on that, and then you can click back to YouTube settings, and you click on advanced right here. What we're doing now is we're going to create a custom URL, so that way somebody can go to youtube.com/plasticsofAustin or whatever I've chosen, and I clicked on that, so I'm going to type, let's try Plastics of Austin. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I was able to get youtube.com/plastics of Austin. So if I type youtube.com/plastics of Austin, enter, there we go. So you're basically 100% done here. At this point, you may want to do some other stuff, such as if you hover over popular channels on YouTube and click on disable, that will remove all of these people that are completely unrelated to you and you don't really want to show them off when people visit your channel. So I'm going to click disable, and now when I click on view as public, you can see that they're not there. Basically this makes your channel appear slightly more professional. So I'm going to click done to go back to my channel, and you will want to fill in some of the information on the about page, put in all your relevant links and that sort of thing, add channel art,